Did you know that some of the best NFL players in the league today actually went to high school together?
My senior year, I was a starting quarterback and starting cornerback. Yeah, me and William Jackson, because he been played cornerback before I did.
Many of today's biggest names in football actually teamed up to play high school ball together. So today, here are 15 sets of NFL players who actually played on the same high school football team. Teddy Bridgewater and Amari Cooper. Bridgewater and Cooper attended Miami Northwestern Senior High School in Miami, Florida. In 2019, an old clip of Bridgewater throwing a touchdown pass to the future Pro Bowl wideout made its way around the internet. Miami Northwestern has actually been a factory for producing NFL talent. Tampa Bay Buccaneers star linebacker Levante David also attended high school there, as did Tutu Atwell, Artie Burns, DeAndre Baker, Eli Rogers, and the late Trey Walker, who tragically died in a biking accident in March of 2016. Who knows what the future holds? Perhaps someday we'll see Bridgewater and Cooper reunite at the NFL level too. Stephon Gilmore and Jadeveon Clowney. Gilmore and Clowney have been two of the NFL's very best at their respective positions since entering the league. During his tenure at the New England Patriots, Gilmore was the NFL's premier shutdown cornerback, and when he was with the Houston Texans, Clowney was a game wrecker both as a pass rusher and run stopper. Now, imagine being a high school QB and having to go up against this tandem. Clowney and Gilmore manned the defense of the South Pointe High School team in Rock Hill, South Carolina. In 2008, this super duo led South Pointe to a state championship. How dominant was that 08 team? Well, they outscored opponents 672-98 on the year. Tyson Campbell, Patrick Surtain II, and Marco Wilson. Campbell and Surtain are two of the best young cornerbacks in the NFL today, and Wilson himself is no slouch. Just imagine having to play offense against three future NFL cornerbacks in high school, for crying out loud. Campbell, Wilson, and Surtain attended the American Heritage School, which holds campuses in Delray Beach and Plantation, Florida. And in news that won't shock you, the super quarterback trio led the program to consecutive state championships. All three men were taken in the 2021 NFL Draft. Surtain 9th overall to the Denver Broncos, Campbell 33rd overall to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Wilson 136th overall to the Arizona Cardinals. I'm sure they celebrated together too. DeAndre Swift, John Reed, and John Runyon Jr. St. Joseph's Preparatory School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania isn't short on graduates who went on to enjoy successful careers in the professional sports world. Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski went there, as did future NFL star Marvin Harrison Jr. Running back DeAndre Swift, cornerback John Reed, and offensive lineman John Runyon Jr. played on the St. Joseph's football team together. And fittingly, all three of them were also taken in the 2020 draft. Swift went 35th overall to the Detroit Lions, Reed went 141st overall to the Houston Texans, and Runyon went 192nd overall to the Green Bay Packers. Pretty cool that Swift and Runyon got to play each other twice a season in the NFC North to begin their careers. Jimmy Ward and Jaquaski Tart. From high school teammates to NFL teammates, it's been quite the journey together for the veteran defensive backs. Ward and Tart, who were 1 year apart, played football together at W.P. Davidson High School in Mobile, Alabama. After graduating, Ward attended college at Northern Illinois, and Tart went to the smaller and lesser-known Samford Bulldogs. Tart and Ward were reunited at the NFL level when the 49ers took the former in the second round of the 2015 draft, 1 year after they selected Ward with the number 30 selection overall.
It was crazy because my first thought was like, dang, I'm gonna be on teams with my boy Jimmy. I don't think he was watching the draft, but a mutual friend of ours called him while I was on the phone with the 49ers. I heard him going crazy on the phone, so I started going crazy, so it was just a great memory.
They were teammates for 7 years together before Tart left as a free agent in the 2022 offseason.
Did we ever mess with the same girl? Probably.
Christian Kirk and Byron Murphy. Another rare duo that got to play both high school football and professional football together. Pretty cool story if you're Kirk and Murphy. These two attended Saguaro High School in Scottsdale, Arizona together. Kirk flourished as an explosive wide receiver and running back, while the versatile Murphy was both a wideout and a cornerback. Kirk, who's 2 years older than Murphy, spent his college days at Texas A&M. After graduating high school, Murphy took his talents to Washington. The two were reunited at the NFL level when the Cardinals drafted Murph 33rd overall in 2019, 1 year after they spent the number 47 selection on Kirk.
Yes, sir, to SAGU. So going to school with Christian Kirk and also former player DJ Foster, that's amazing. I get to come here and play with those guys.
Who's the best player among the three Saguaro guys?
Me. Yes, sir.
You told Christian and DJ that?
Always. I gotta tell him that. We're always gonna compete against each other every day.
The two played in the desert together for 3 years before Kirk left to join the Jaguars in 2022 free agency. Stephon Diggs and Kendall Fuller. Coaches at Our Lady of Good Counsel High School in Olney, Maryland, really had it easy with these two on the field. Diggs is one of the nation's top wide receiver prospects during his final year of high school football. Fuller, 2 years younger than Diggs, won the U.S. Army All-American Defensive Player of the Year award and also starred at track and field. Diggs decided to stay close to home after high school, having spent his college football days with the Maryland Terrapins. Fuller didn't go too far either, having taken his talents over to Virginia Tech. Diggs has since grown into one of the NFL's best wide receivers, taking his game to a completely different level with the Buffalo Bills. Fuller has been a solid starting corner who won a Super Bowl 54 championship with the Kansas City Chiefs during the 2019 season. They did share the field against Diggs' Minnesota Vikings.
At the 32, another pass to the left side. This one is going to be caught by Diggs.
Cam Robinson and Xavier Woods. The veteran offensive lineman and the journeyman defensive back played high school football together at West Monroe High School in Louisiana. Woods actually started out at West Monroe as a wide receiver before becoming a defensive back. The hulking Robinson was among the top offensive line prospects in the country during his tenure at West Monroe High, and he wound up joining the Alabama Crimson Tide program. Robinson and Woods were both taken in the 2017 draft. The former went 34th overall to Jacksonville, and Woods went to the Dallas Cowboys in the 6th round at 191st overall. Josh Palmer and Elijah Moore. Palmer was born in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, but moved to the United States to continue his budding football career. He attended St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Fort Lauderdale, the same school that future New York Jets wideout Elijah Moore attended. In fact, St. Thomas is one of the country's best at pumping out NFL talent. Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Giovanni Bernard, and Asante Samuel Jr. are just a few of the other names to go there. After starring at Tennessee, Palmer was drafted 77th overall by the Los Angeles Chargers in 2021, uniting him with two other former St. Thomas graduates in the aforementioned Joey Bosa and Asante Samuel Jr.
You know, the competition that was there, I tell everyone my first rep was against Asante Samuel Jr.
That same year, Moore went 34th overall to the Jets. Giovanni Bernard and Philip Dorsett. Palmer and Moore aren't the only pair of NFL players who also played high school ball together at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Veteran running back Giovanni Bernard and wide receiver Philip Dorsett were also stars on the football team. In fact, Bernard didn't just play with Dorsett at St. Thomas. He was also teammates with New England Patriots fan favorite and 3-time Super Bowl champion James White, as well as the journeyman safety LaMarcus Joyner. Dorsett didn't just dominate football either. He was also a beast in track and field, and he went on to compete in both sports at the University of Miami. Javon Holland and Elijah Vera Tucker. Like Josh Palmer, Holland was born in Canada before moving to the United States to pursue bigger football dreams. Needless to say, it worked quite well for him. Holland went to Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland, California, playing alongside future New York Jets standout guard Elijah Vera Tucker. Holland was a wide receiver and a defensive back, and Vera Tucker was both an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. Holland and Vera Tucker stayed on the West Coast for college, playing at Oregon and USC respectively. Vera Tucker was drafted 14th overall by the Jets in 2021, and Holland went 36th overall to Miami. William Jackson III and Xavier Howard. Jackson was one of the NFL's top corners in the 2020 season. Xavier Howard has been one of the NFL's best since entering the league in 2016. Seeing these two play in the NFL together would have been one thing, but man, we feel awfully sorry for the wide receivers and quarterbacks who had to deal with these two in high school. Jackson and Howard starred together at Wheatley High School in Houston, Texas. Several other well-known athletes have actually come out of Wheatley High, including George Foreman and Lester Hayes. Jabril Peppers and Rashawn Gary. Peppers was a running back and cornerback standout at Don Bosco Preparatory High School in Ramsey, New Jersey. He was also a star at track and field, but we obviously know which career path he decided to go down. Peppers then transferred to Paramus Catholic High School in Bergen County, New Jersey. That was where he teamed up with future Green Bay Packers linebacker Rashawn Gary, who had transferred from Scotch Plains Fanwood High School in Union County. In 2015, USA Today named Gary the High School Football Player of the Year. So you just knew that his future was pretty bright. The two men continued their journey together with the Michigan Wolverines program, where they both enjoyed success under Jim Harbaugh, and both went on to become first-round picks. Peppers went 25th overall to the Cleveland Browns in 2017, and Gary went 12th overall to the Packers in 2019. AJ Terrell and Malik Willis. These two men attended Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia, the same high school as Cam Newton, by the way. But for his final year of high school football, Willis transferred to Roswell High School in the nearby town of, no surprise, Roswell. Willis saw limited playing time in his 2 years at Auburn before making the transfer to Liberty, where he broke out as an explosive dual-threat QB. Terrell spent his college days at Clemson, winning a national championship there in 2018. He was drafted in the first round by his hometown Atlanta Falcons in 2020. Willis went in the third round to the Tennessee Titans in 2022. But who knows? Maybe we'll see Willis and Terrell on the same NFL team somewhere down the road.
Malik, my high school quarterback, everything he did at Liberty, I'm not surprised because I just know what type of player he was, and I wish, Auburn used him the right way. But wherever he goes, they gonna get a great person, great leader, great winner.
Foye Oluokun and Ezekiel Elliott. Oluokun and Zeke, both born in 1995, went to John Burroughs High in Lawton, Missouri. Elliott was only, the greatest athlete in John Burroughs High history. Not only was he off the charts good at football, but he was also a national star in track and field. Zeke even played baseball and basketball there. Oluokun played on special teams and later served as the blocking fullback for Elliott. The former, of course, made the positional switch and became a linebacker. After finishing his tenure at Yale, he was drafted in the 6th round by the Atlanta Falcons in 2018. As for Zeke, well, we all know how things played out for him. He was a beast at Ohio State, leading the Buckeyes to a national championship in 2014. The Dallas Cowboys drafted him 4th overall in 2016, and he has since pieced together a Hall of Fame career with 2 rushing titles on his resume. How fun would it be to see these two reunite in the NFL someday? We know Oluokun is a linebacker now, but maybe for old time's sake, he could maybe make the switch to fullback and block for Elliott. Hey, one can only dream. But which former high school teammates would you like to see reunite at the NFL level? Join us in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.